Today I'm going to show you a structured mani done a couple different ways. So let's get started. So I decided I'm going to go with our OG, our original color, and going with the nude, two of my favorites. So I'm going to prep both of these at the same time, but use two different colors, and one in the pot and one in the polish bottle. You're going to push back the cuticles always. Then you're going to go into a 150 Arbor Band. I am going to use my e-file on 6 RPMs. I'm going to do the overhand method, and I am going to just make contact with no pressure. So if you notice when I'm prepping, I go behind where I prepped and follow through. Okay, so I'm gonna come around, baby circles around. Now you have prepped the nail, and I'm just gonna lightly follow through. Just the weight of my e-file is what I'm doing. I'm putting zero pressure. All you need to do is remove the shine from the natural nail. Okay, the next step is our cuticle bit. This is one of my favorite bits. Everybody needs this bit, especially for a structured gel mani. So I'm still going to be on 6,000 RPMs, and I am going to do the cuticle work. A lot of times I come right here and clean up their skin with no pressure. It's turning for me and it cleans it up very nice. Then I come through here and clean up my cuticle, and see how I write it parallel? My bit is parallel on the nail. It's not like this. If you're going like this, you could do rings of fire, as well as using no pressure, just contact. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is get our manicure brush, and I'm going to bring it towards me. You could also use it this way. What this does is extract all your dust and all your prep out of the sidewalls in the cuticle. I'm going to change the hydration, the pH balance in her fingernail so it adheres properly, and I'm going to bring it towards me again. So then you're going to go in with Protein Bond, and you could see I have two different lengths. This is about the longest I feel like a structured mani performs well, and that's still quite a bit of length, no longer than that. It is a soft gel, so it wears beautifully like this. If you wear longer nails, I would do more hard gel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come here, and I do a circular motion because I don't want it to run anywhere. So I start at the free edge and I work my way back so I do not flood the cuticle. Okay, I will go through all 10 and repeat the process. And on this one, you need a thinner coat, really just covering it one more time. It's a little added insurance, so it holds on very, very well. Okay, on this one, I'll use the pot, and this one, I will use the polish bottle. First, I'm going to use a base coat of the color you're using. So I'll come here with this, and that's enough for your all 10 fingers. And I'm gonna come and get in a little bit of this. So there's slightly different color. This has more coverage, this is a little more see-through. So what I'm going to do is come right here and start at the free edge and weave it into the natural nail. Now when I say weave it, pay attention to how I'm putting pressure on my brush. This allows it to weave into the texture of the nail you created and to really give a superior bond when you build on top of it. And see, this one has a little bit more of a tint. I love nude colors. I'm wearing red right now. For some reason, my little soul wanted to wear it. I've enjoyed it, but I typically wear a lot of nudes. Okay, so make sure that it's not on your skin or anything. It isn't. I'm just gonna come through here and make sure it's tight. And I'm using a slanted orange wood stick. So now I'm curing it for 30 seconds and I'm doing it on the other hand. And as you can see, it cures beautiful. It's shiny, self-leveled. You have your foundation on there, then you could build from there. Okay, so we'll start with the pot first, keratin in the pot, and this is our original color. So what I'm gonna do with this is pick it up like I would pick up traditional gel, and I have everything on one side of my brush. Now I'll show you an easy way to do it. Kind of get it off your brush and put it to the front of the brush. If you feel like you need a little bit more, break away and get a tad bit more. I feel like I could have a little bit more because this is a little bit of a longer nail. So I kind of get it all right here. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a right on top of my brush, of my product. My brush is on top of my product, not in my product. If you're in your product, you're not gonna be able to maneuver it where it needs to go. So you could see it's kind of self-leveling for you. I get it as close as I can without actually getting it to where I want it to be with this, because I'm going to show you the other tool I'm going to use that you could actually get away without filing these. Sometimes I file them if I feel like they don't look perfect and they're just wearing this color, but you don't actually have to all the time. So you're going to get your brush, I dip it in here so I get a little keratin on it, and watch what this does on the corner. See how I get it really tight, light touch. Come up over the, let me get a little bit more here. Come up over the top and see how it just melts in. Now this color is my personal favorite because it looks natural on everybody. And see how you lightly touch it and get it wherever you would like. So another thing, if it's moving, it's not quite moving on me, but I'm gonna show you a little trick. You could come in here and make sure it's very tight all the way around. Now, I like to get my pin cure. I like to cure around the perimeter. If I would like to do more than one in a roll, this is going to stop it from moving. So I only did it about 10 seconds. So now I'm going into our nude in the bottle. I use it a little different. So what I do is I come in here and see how I have a lot loaded up? I come right here and I kind of bring it down the middle. Just a little bit more than that for the structure. Okay, so I'm going to use my brush now. I like to use it on the skinny part. See how there's the flat part and the skinny part? And again, you do not have to make it perfect, but I want you to get it as close as to the cuticle as possible. And then you start to do a circular motion. See how I'm writing on top of my gel like I was with my brush? Same thing. Same thing. So don't get it all the way to the edge because that will flood your cuticles pretty quick. And if you do happen to touch the skin, go ahead and get it off quickly. Just don't cure it on there. Now, I'm gonna put a little bit of product here and I'm going to get some here and I'm going to work it around the perimeter of the nail. Now, I'm gonna take some of this gel here because there's a lot and I'm gonna use it up here. Okay, if you feel like you want to bring it back a little, see how I barely touch it and how it's moving everything where I want it to. It's really quite fun to play with this and work with. Okay, I like this. I'm going to finish detailing it. Okay, so notice how I kind of went this way because I don't want it to keep flowing to the free edge. But again, you could file as well. So I'm going to make sure everything's clean here. Okay, I am going to flash set her around the perimeter for about 5 seconds. Okay, so that stopped it from moving for me. So what I'm gonna do from here is cure it for 1 full minute under the light. So typically when you wipe off the dispersion layer when it comes out of the light, you use like an alcohol-based product, and that is Manicure. I'm going to use an alcohol-based to take it off. However, I do use Swipe sometimes. Swipe does have some acetone and alcohol in it. It will not disrupt the bond if you're not oversaturating it. So I'll use them both and show you. I use them the same way. I don't use a whole lot of it, just enough to take off the dispersion layer. So for Swipe, see, you just drag it over. You're not saturating it. You don't see any liquid through here. There's no more dispersion layer, okay? Now Manicure Cleanser, it's basically an alcohol-based cleanser. You're gonna come in and wipe with it, and as you can see, it's really not saturated. So if all you have is Swipe, it will work. You just can't like put a whole bunch on and let it sit there a long time because it will start breaking down the soft gel. I will file these. Some people leave them. They look pretty nice, but to me, I like to kind of thin it out in some spots, and it's not a lot of filing. So I'm gonna do like my 4-point, come right here and just make sure it's like the width I would like. And I'm gonna get there under, which they won't have much here, and just make sure all around is clean. As you notice, I use more of my file with really no pressure, just running through it. It's going to take care of the work for you. It's just like when I use my e-file, I make contact and that does the work for me. Okay, you could use one of 2 bits. I like to use a carbide bit. With a soft gel, it just shapes a lot better. It goes in and does the work for you. If you start with something like an Arbor Band, it's gonna create a little more heat and it's not really gonna do the job fast enough. So I like the X-Cut. It's my favorite. I'm used to working with it, but both of these are the same thing. The only difference is this is rounded. So either one is correct. I am going to put this to 12,000 RPMs. So what I'm gonna do from here is I'm not gonna put any pressure at all. I am just going to make contact and let the bit do the work for me. See how that fine-tuned it for me? No pressure at all, just make contact. I'm gonna look at it from here. You can see how it's a little bulky. I want it more tighter. Again, no pressure. All I'm doing is going through zone 1, zone 2 to zone 3. Again, no pressure, just contact. So now I'll bring my client's nail facing this way. And this one, I'm gonna polish her nail. She's gonna wear a color. So this is why I like the X-Cut. I could come in and just touch it and it kind of shapes it for me with zero pressure. Okay, we'll do the same with this. So again, no pressure. I'm just making contact and I slow down my roll a little. See how I'm going a little slower and you could see it shape it for me. I'm gonna come to 3. Get it as thin as I would like it. Let me kind of thin this out a little. There we go. And then work it back to zone 2. Now this obviously is a shorter nail, so your structure is going to be a little bit different. It'll have a little less product. Okay, so right here, how I shape it is I balance and I just touch it. Just touch it with no pressure. Okay, I like to flip it like this and check it before I turn this off to make sure everything's pretty tight. If it's a little off, I'll barely touch it and it fixes it for me. Now I'm going to go into my 150 Arbor Band, the same Arbor Band I prepped her nail with when I started. Now I'm going to put this on 9,000 RPMs. It's going a little slower than when you're using your carbide bit, so this is just going to fine tune your product on the nail. So it's not going to take off a whole lot. You can see a little bit come off right here. So it's really just helping me shape the nail. I try to use my e-file as much as I can, more than my hand file. If you're doing this for a career, it will save your body to do nails for a really long time. I think I'm going to shape her nail a little tighter. So see here, I'm coming back and forth to get it tighter. Then I'll come here and thin it out. Once you're done e-filing, you just have a little fine tuning to do. And if some of your color is a little sheer in spots, don't worry about it. If you're keeping the same color, I will tell you how to do it, because this I'm going to keep the same color. This one I'll polish over to just give you an idea of what you could do. So I like to come underneath the lower arch here to make sure it's really straight. And again, I'm really not putting pressure. I'm just making contact and letting my file do the work. So if you notice here how I just drag it and it kind of fine tunes everything. Okay, so now I'm gonna look at it client profile. So I'm gonna come right here and smooth out the cuticle. So all I do is place it and drag it. And I'm kind of going the way the nail goes, okay? So you could see how that really softened it up and I'm not putting any pressure. Here, I'm gonna kind of file a little more because I favor a side. I'm right-handed, so I'm always gonna have to come in and bring in my left side. So once you like your shape, you're gonna look at them as a whole, okay? Right there, I like the way it looks. When you come back and you see their hand straight like this, don't come file anything. Because what happens is to them, it's straight. That's how their hands lay, so it's gonna make a huge difference. So once you do client profile, you come back and leave your shape there. And the reason why I'm dusting them off, I'm gonna go into my cuticle work again. This is the little square cuticle bit, the best bit no matter what artificial enhancement you're using. So I'm gonna put this on 6,000 RPMs. Watch how they start to come in. So I'm parallel on the nail. Okay. It makes them so nice. Now there is one other one, and it's kind of weird using it on the training hand, but I kind of want to show you how you would use it on a person. And this is part of my structured gel mani. I actually do this on any enhancement I do. So I am on 6,000, and this isn't designed to touch the nail. It's designed to touch like dry skin or like kind of right here. See that? So you never put pressure. You're just gonna go behind the nail right here on the cuticle, and you just kind of lightly buff it. And the cuticles come out so good. These two bits will really set your soft gel mani apart from everybody else when including cuticle work. So I include that in my cost. It's not an upsell. The reason why I include it in my cost is because that's your advertisement walking out the door, and you want them to look as nice as possible for as long as possible. So doing that extra cuticle work, I feel like you should include it in your structured gel mani cost. So now I am going to come towards me and cleanse the entire nail. So this one I'm going to keep the color because she just wants to wear it nude. This is probably my most universal popular color, and it's the original color, just slightly tinted. Okay, this one I'll add a little color. Now I'll show you two ways if I'm going to add. If she likes this color, I'm going to show you what I do. If she wants a different color, I'll add a different color, okay? So I'll wait to top coat this. I'll work on this first. So let's say she wants to keep that color. So what I would do is take some of this, put it right here, get my gel brush. So I'm going to put a little gel here, and then I'm going to get my brush. And you'll see how it will self-level. Right now it looks like a little, like it's not going to be smooth, but it will be. I'll sit here and wait for it to smooth out so you can see what it's going to look like. Now the cuticle area, your client's not going to have a peach nail. It blends in beautifully with the natural nail. No matter what skin color they have, it looks good on everybody. Okay, so see, as we wait, it looks really nice now, right? Okay, now let me show you a polished color. I would cure this for 1 full minute and then come in with my top coat, okay? Okay, in this case, she still wants to stay nude, but she wants to go with Saint Sugar. This color's so pretty. It's like a neutral beige color. Probably one of my clients' favorites. Just kind of blends in with the skin. Let's go ahead and cure this for 1 full minute. Okay, so now I'm going to top coat it with the Young Nails Soft Gel Top Coat. I'm going to put pressure around the cuticle, and what I love about this brush, it fits beautifully on the majority of people's nails around their cuticle. Just kind of naturally goes on easily. Now this one I'm going to keep the same color. So let's go ahead and cure this for 1 full minute. Okay, once it comes out of the light, I always come right here underneath and make sure, see, from corner to corner, it's flat on there. That way you know your shape is very nice. There's nothing they're gonna pick at. And sometimes it looks like it's perfect, but it grows out in a couple days and they might feel a little like bump or something there. This kind of eliminates it. So I do this on all my structured gel manis. Let's dust this off. So really pretty natural look. So these are all the colors that we have in fiber gel. You could work from clear to all nude colors. So have so much fun creating whatever color you would like to use. So thank you so much. Enjoy.